So this is a brief presentation to the Latin American network from my program, since my program is one and only supporter of GOFC-GOLD from NASA. By the way, congratulations to everyone on the Earth Day. This is today. As we speak now, the events are going on. You can copy this website, and you can see still some events going. You already missed the address by Pope Francis, but there are many different activities there going on. And if you look at this picture, I don't know what you see besides the honey, beehive. Do you see Latin America? You see, this is actually the Western Hemisphere.
All right.
Okay. Now a little bit about external linkages of the program that I manage called Land Cover Land Use Change. You see there are many different interactions. GOFC-GOLD is one of them. It's facilitated by START company, and it includes implementation teams and regional networks, which you are one of those. There are many other international collaborations, and Latin America is also for the future to build capacity even stronger than it is now. The socioeconomic science and application in the program is an important component. The research on social and economic science includes impact of socioeconomic changes on land cover land use change, and vice versa, impacts on land cover land use change on society, as well as adaptation to climate, environmental change of land use systems. So it is desirable to have socioeconomic science researchers, scientists in the regional networks. And I wonder how much of that is in RedLaTIF. Food for thought. So GOFC-GOLD networks are listed here. They all have now plans for virtual meetings. That was my initiative. About half a year ago, I fostered this activity so that we will not lose a year because of pandemics. And some of them have been already occurring. So now we are at RedLaTIF, but you see there are also other networks planned, some yet to be decided on the dates. RedLaTIF was represented at the network summit in Tbilisi, Georgia, in 2017. So there was a plan to have a similar network summit in Armenia last September. Then it was postponed to this September. And I think we will again postpone it to the next September, which will make sense because, first of all, the virus year continues, and next year will be GOFC-GOLD's 25th anniversary. So it will be nice to celebrate it and hold the summit at the same time. And you can see the map of all the different networks here. You can go on GOFC-GOLD.org and look at all the networks and see the information there. What's in a name? So, RED, Latinoamericana de Teledetección en Incendios Forestales, means Network Latin America for Remote Sensing and Forest Fire. So fire is central in the name. And same as for SAFNet in South Africa, Southern Africa Fire Network. But there are examples of generic GOFC-GOLD networks like Mediterranean Regional Information Network, South Asia, oh, here it's wrong, Southeast Asia Regional Research and Information Network. So I give you food for thought. Either an additional network in the region would have RedLaTIF under it, or for RedLaTIF to be more inclusive and rename it, or stay the same with no change. Maybe you have some other ideas. And what I proposed here is to have a RedLaTIF, which would be a Red Latinoamericana. I don't see here. Where is this? Just a second. Would be RedLaTIF. Would be for Red Latinoamericana de Teledetección de Vegetación. That is a little more generic, not central on fire, unless you want to keep fire as the main thing. But then you have to either have another network or rename something else. So suggestions for self-organization of the GOFC-GOLD network here in Latin America. I suggest to develop a roadmap with timeline and milestones and plan for 2 years at least with annual meetings and topical meetings, interactions of focus groups and trainings. Joint proposals and papers, I see from the presentation of Nick that it's happening, especially the joint projects. The socioeconomic component, I wonder, I already mentioned, and I wonder if there are economists in RedLaTIF. I suggest to have inventory of projects, publications on the website. On the website, that is a page on the GOFC-GOLD.org. Validation and intercomparison studies are important. And one example is how in the Central European network, it was done comparing different sites in different countries for the same data set. Think of the name and what it reflects and enhance the land use component if necessary. I wonder what's the ratio of fire specialists to agriculture specialists or to forestry specialists. How broad is the scope, the background of the participants in RedLaTIF? Land cover land use change program contributes to GOFC-GOLD RedLaTIF through selected projects. And in the 2019 solicitation for early career scientists, 6 projects were selected. You can see them here. They cover various areas. It's better to see it on the map. You see here these projects that are both in Central America, Mexico, and South America, Paraguay, Uruguay, Colombia, so on. Then we had solicitation in 2020 for detecting hotspots and studying hotspots over the world. And 3 projects were selected that will contribute to RedLaTIF. This one is by Nick Maleoka, University of Alabama, Lutz and Dartmouth College, and Keller, USFS. And Mike Keller is known to me as a project scientist for the long-lasted LBA program that was focused on Amazon, mostly Brazil, but there was also some Ecuador project there too. So these are projects that will contribute. So 6 of LCLUC 19 and 3 from 20. So you have quite a good contribution from my program, and only maybe 1 or 2 are on fires. Most of them are really agricultural projects. That's why I'm wondering how much agricultural component is in the current portfolio of the RedLaTIF research. Gracias, obrigada. If you want to have some questions, I'm still here.
Thank you, Garik. Very interesting. muy interesante la exposición de Garik, incluso las recomendaciones para la red. I really appreciate, Garik, your recommendations. I hope we can take them and put them on the agenda.
I can forward you the presentation as we speak. I can forward you so you can discuss it later when you have discussion.